What's up, Candy Fam? My name is Nate, or in the Discord you might know me as Mr. Slimfish. This is Flippin' Candy, and I am here to bring you another candy market update. If you haven't been paying attention over the last couple of days, things have gotten a little bit crazy. If you bought cards on Sunday or Monday, you have a nice little return at this point if you choose to sell. And I think we're all excited for what's coming this weekend with the credit getting released. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First, we need to highlight our first our first one of one in the All-Star set. Nolan Arenado, one of one, was sold earlier this morning for $14,999. He joins CJ Abrams as the first two one of ones to be sold. So we've got one from each set at this point, and just pretty cool to keep track of. It'll be interesting to see how these one of ones price out over time. Our top five has a couple new entrants, Arenado being one of them in the 5 spot, just $1 behind Trout and Ohtani, which we've seen those two for a little while here. In addition to that, we've got this new Trout at the number 2 spot. It was his jersey number 23 of 30, was sold yesterday, went for $17,900, and Tatis still in that top spot at $20K. Here are the screenshots from the Candy website. As you can see, still a lot of Ohtani representation. Got a Vladdy in there, but pretty exciting to see these big sales continue to pop up. All right, so this market's insane. Our uncut gem packs have risen from 430 to 700. 430 on Monday in the first video, and now we've got the All-Star packs at 1,300, up from 900 on Monday. Just huge rises. Obviously, the All-Star pack, if you don't know, Tatis, Vlad, and Trout are all yet to be pulled. They're one of ones, and that is got to be directly correlated to the rise of these packs. I have to imagine that until those one of ones get pulled, and I don't think just one of them getting pulled is going to make a huge difference, but when those are all gone, we're going to see a big dip. But until that happens, I think that these packs are going to continue to be extremely valuable. So let's take a look at the same guys that we looked at on Monday. All of these guys saw big bumps in value, as did most of the cards in the market. Some of the lowest cards of guys that there's a general lack of interest just in terms of who they are as baseball players. Those guys didn't see a bump, but across the board, any big player saw a rise. So we've got a double up on Trout here. He was hovering right around 1,000 on Monday. Now we're looking at 1,800. And as you can see across the board, just big bumps. I mean, there was an epic for grabs for 13,000 on Monday. Today we've got a 50,000 is the lowest option, and as you can see, his legendary is still sealed. And then we also saw Ohtani flip Trout for the first time as the most expensive core floor, sitting there at 2,150 as of today, midday on Wednesday. Tatis, another bump, not quite a double up, but still looking really good. You're pretty happy if you bought one of these before this rise. And then two of the biggest corrections, I'll call it, because I felt that they should have been a little bit higher. I spoke specifically about Acuna on Monday, but Vladdy was sitting there at 600 cores. Not a huge bump. Actually, sorry. Vladdy was in a pretty good position. It's actually Soto and Acuna that had the biggest correction. So you can see Vladdy here still in line with Tatis, but Soto was sitting there right around 300 core. He's up close to the same 800 floor there. And then we also saw Acuna with a big correction also joining these guys. So Vlad, Tatis, Soto, and Acuna all in a similar tier. Obviously, you've got Trout and Ohtani in kind of a league of their own up top. But if you grabbed a couple of these Acuna cores the other day, you're feeling pretty good about yourself right now. Just sticking with the same two uncut diamonds that we looked at the other day. Bobby Witt doubling up his $150 floor to 300. Again, his legendary has been pulled but not listed. And J-Rod also doubling his floor from 170 to 300. And it'll be interesting to see if this set continues to rise. I don't think that it's ever going to be quite as desirable as all of the stars and studs, the all-stars, but some of these prospects, especially once we see the season start, if we start to get some new news, it should be cool to watch this set develop. So now we're going to talk about a couple guys that are on the rise. Late last night, me and a couple of my buddies decided to actually go through the entire market and log every single floor price of every single player in order to take a deeper look at what we saw as an opportunity. And Reynolds is a guy that I've had in fantasy baseball for a couple of years now, and one of my buddies that we were checking the market with, we've got him as one of our keepers. We're really high on him, and he was still sitting there at $40. So we made the decision to sweep the floor, and we each grabbed a nice little chunk, and the Discord went crazy. It was cool to see. But I really think that this guy is being slept on. I know that it's not the coolest looking card, although that mustache is sweet. But Brian Reynolds is the real deal. Go take a look at his real baseball numbers. This is an investment card. Although this is not financial advice. All right, Corbin Burnes is another one that I really liked. Another keeper of mine in fantasy, a guy that I've been on since his rookie year. Didn't invest quite as heavily in this one as Reynolds, but this was another one that I just felt was undervalued. I grabbed a couple of his cores when they were down still around 60, 70. We've seen a bump up to 150 with him. And I was also fortunate enough to grab one of his epics. I sniped it for $500 the other day. And those are sitting, actually, that's one available as of right now, as of recording, for $1,000. But I believe the next shelf after that is $2,000 and up. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I really thought he was being undervalued for being a Cy Young winner. They're not putting him in the same category as DeGrom yet, but one more good season and you're going to start hearing Corbin Burnes a whole lot more. So I wanted to highlight this new tool that I just found in the Discord, which, if you guys aren't in the Discord, just an awesome source of information. Tons of cool people in there, always talking about what might pop next, how to handle certain situations, and just talking baseball. So if you're not in there yet, definitely go take a look at that. But yeah, serialchaser.com is another passion project created by one of the members of the community. I spoke to him earlier today just to make sure that it was cool with this little plug, but shout out to Willigaroon for creating Serial Chaser. If you guys haven't checked this out yet, it's got all the data on the packs, the total number of packs, how many have been opened, unopened, the trophies. In addition to that, he has the pull stats on broken out by tier. There's multiple different features. Not going to show everything right now. There's also the collection overview where you can actually plug in the URL from your collection, and he's building out this little spot where you can keep tabs of what you got. So really cool things to come here. He also said that he's developing more tracking based on each player. So really exciting things to come here, especially with the current marketplace on candy.com lacking in certain filter features. So will be very exciting to see how this gets built out. And that's pretty much it. If you guys made it this far, really appreciate you being here. Cool to see some subscribers and some views on that first video. So if you like this, if you like kind of these recaps of what's going on, feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens this weekend, and with everybody's credit hitting their accounts. So enjoy. Happy buying, happy selling, and my name is Nate, or Mr. Slimfish. This is Flippin' Candy, and I will see you guys in the next one.